groups were able to make this practice facility and our new varsity esports program a reality. During my junior and senior year at Mines, I served as the president of SDS&T Esports Association, our home for campus gamers at SD Mines. During that time, I shifted our focus from holding social events on campus to fostering as many competitive teams as possible. And during that time, we really saw the negative stigmas around gamers on campus shift to be a lot more positive of an image. We were able to quadruple in size, and really that propelled us to where we are today. The Hardrocker Esports practice facility will be available for regular student use, whether that be between classes or weekend hours, but it will also be for our competitive teams to hold matches and their practices. We hope that this will help us continue to develop new varsity teams every single year. We also plan to utilize the space for birthday parties, kind of as an experimental way for us to fundraise for scholarships. So the Hardrocker Esports practice facility is the first of its kind in Rapid City, and we hope that it can help us engage the community in new ways, bolster our Hardrocker school spirit, and provide a space for scholar athletes to compete at new levels. I encourage you all to cheer us on because we are just getting started. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at SDMines_esports, and also at Hardrocker Esports on Facebook. Thank you.
Good morning, Jim Rankin. Glad to have you all here. Well, first of all, let me start out by saying thank you, because I want to thank Wyatt, our Athletic Director, Joel Lueken, our Dean of Students, Pat Mann, Professor John Keller, our facilities group, and in the Executive Council for recognizing this as a future direction for the School of Mines. Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry across the world, and it's only going to continue to grow. You're seeing esports teams in arenas and universities across the world. And by adding esports, it's going to help us recruit, retain, and graduate our students. Students are engaged in activities, tend to graduate at a higher rate. As I've gone across to different meetings and groups around the country, talking to alums and talking to interested parents and students, and I mentioned that we have a new esports athletic team. And the students get a smile, and the parents tap their student on the shoulder and say, "Did you hear that?" So there's a lot of interest in esports, and I think you're going to see this continue to grow. It makes good sense for schools like Mines to embrace esports as culture. Esports is strategic gaming, and there are attributes that come from esports that will be used in careers, such as emotional intelligence, teaming, and communications. Just in the beginning, or the first half of 2018, there were 2,500 jobs in the esports industry. For these reasons, we're very happy to embrace esports as an athletic team and also to offer a certificate in esports. With that, let me turn it over to our athletic director, Joel Lueken.
Well, it seems very presidential that you stole about 3 or 4 of my bullet points here. I too would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Rankin for having the foresight of esports. It's a very up and coming industry. I'd like to thank the man and the rest of the Executive Council. I'd also like to thank facilities. This is, you get an opportunity, poke your head in there, look around. It's an outstanding practice facility for our student athletes. You know, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we accomplished by doing this was doing it right, if you remember right. So we've got to do it right. We've got to give them a place that they can call their own, a place where they can practice, a place where they can have ownership. Because it's very critical in my eyes that we can create an environment where our scholar athletes can be successful, both physically and emotionally. Thank you, Dr. Keller, for driving this. Dr. Keller couldn't be here today, but he was a big individual pushing this from the faculty side. Hardrocker Esports is our 14th sport in athletics, and we're very excited. We hope to eventually have anywhere between 3 to 4 teams, a varsity team, and then the other teams we're going to use sort of as what they use in Major League Baseball. It's kind of like a farm system. We're working hard towards expanding and looking at other esports games that make sense for us in the future. And I know Wyatt said the other night we had about 80 young men and women showed up, and I fully believe that we'll double that next year at this time. So really looking forward to it. Thank you for coming today, and enjoy. Both of you guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get in there. Get in there behind. All right. You get to do the work.
Y'all need to mute.
All right. So, a couple of you guys, why don't you come on over here and cut the cake, and then we'll start serving. Not with this, though.
Yep, do a couple so they can get.
Yeah.